So it's been a while since I've bashed this many videos out in 1 week, but here we go, we're even going to do a Sunday video. So I'm going to talk about a stock that some of you guys asked for a bit of an update on, and this stock brought out this week what I'd say is a pretty shocking update. At first, I actually read that I was at work, I skimmed the headline results and I was like, that's okay. And then when I got home, there was like a lot more detail about what had actually gone in that report, and then I actually read the full report, and the more I read through this full report, I went, oh no, this is getting worse and worse and worse as the report went on. And I went, this is really bad. So yeah, today I thought I'd do a bit of an update on this one because a few guys have been asking for it. So I hope you enjoy it, and let's get started. So the stock is Walgreens stock, Walgreens Boots Alliance, and the stock is now $12. It's had a terrible week, as you can see here. Well, the last couple of months have been awful for the stock. It's been on a massive downtrend, and just finished off with that big drop, 20% drop that happened around about this week. I think it was a Wednesday they did report earnings, and yeah, so it just wipes off what has been a horrible year. 54% down year to date on Walgreens. Now, I actually own this stock, as most of you would know. I picked this stock up as a bit of a turnaround play. So I saw Walgreens, saw the brand, saw the locations, and I thought, you know what, get the right management team in here. I think they can turn it around. And I bought this stock with the hope that the financials have been bad, but the new management team would come in and hopefully turn the company around. And I identified some reasons why the stock would maybe start moving in the right direction. I like having turnaround plays. I think sometimes these are stocks that you can get very quick and easy returns on. However, sometimes they can obviously go wrong. You know, like Moonpig, you know, a stock that had been killed because of the cost of living crisis, just thought it went too low, and that's obviously done really well. Card Factory is another one. There's plenty of other ones that I could, you know, go off the list, like Revolution Beauty, Win Resorts, iRobot. There's plenty of turnaround plays that I have been successful on. Walgreens, however, a stock that I started buying about 1 year ago, has not been that. This has not been a successful stock. It's been a very painful stock to hold as the share price has gone lower and lower. I've held the stock thinking, okay, maybe they start moving in the right direction eventually, but once again, after this update that came out with Walgreens, it's anything but moving in the right direction. EPS missed, which at first when it came out I was like, oh, okay, another miss, okay. 2.6% growth, revenue, which is okay, but the big thing that you see here is that there was another, once again, what is this stupid thing on here? What the let's get rid of this crap. Yeah, they lowered the EPS guidance once again, and I think that's twice in 1 year. You know, when you've got companies that are lowering the profit guidance twice in 1 year, and this is supposed to be a turnaround play, it's very clear that the turnaround play is not happening right now, and that's a worry. You know, you'd hope to see that you're somewhere starting to see them improving in the financials, and when you're not seeing that, you feel like you've just caught a falling knife and you're just going lower and lower with it. I mean, overall, the earnings report was just not very good reading. The big thing that I was hoping for is the profitability to start coming back with the cost cutting. The cost cutting that they said they were going to do clearly hasn't happened. The net losses are just increasing. In fact, it was even higher. Granted, there was a one-time charge on there at the moment, an impairment charge, but still, the losses aren't good. And when you've got a balance sheet like Walgreens, it can't carry on. It needs to show the signs of the revival going on, and it is certainly not happening with Walgreens. And another thing as well is, like, the new CEO came in. He said he's going to reduce the stake in the primary care Village MD, which was one of my big reasons why I was buying it. I was hoping they were going to combat the likes of CVS Health and really start using these venues, having the clinics, having the doctors, tying them both together, and if anything, they're moving away from it. So one of the big things that I thought would potentially be a good turnaround for them, they've totally kind of really knocked on the head. So that's a good thing with doing YouTube. Sometimes I can go back to, like, why did I start buying this stock? And if the investment theory gets broken, I can watch that video back and go, what I invested for isn't happening. And one thing that I've been really guilty of is that when I start seeing things wrong, I sometimes, like, there's a bit of pride of, like, I don't want to admit, like, a mistake. So there's a bit of pride where I go, you know what, I'm going to hold it because maybe this will turn around, this will turn around. And one of the big things that I've tried to improve as an investor in, like, the last couple of years is, like, when I see something going wrong, just cut it. Like, even if it means that you're taking a 20% loss, 30% loss, 5% loss, 50% loss, even if you're taking that loss, if your investment theory is, or there's something worrying you, you cut the stock. And that's what I'm doing with Walgreens. I'm just going to cut the stock. I'm going to take the loss. It was a 50% loss. Cut the stock, because There's been other times where I've seen things going wrong and I'm down like 30%, 4%, 50% on, and I don't cut it and then end up being like 80% down on the stock. And if you're going to take a loss, swallow your pride, take it on that 50% loss. Don't take it when it goes even worse and worse, and you might start, even hold it to the point where you're on the brink where are they even going to be business anymore. And when I look at the investment thesis that I put out a year ago, is broken, because that was one of the big turnaround plays that I saw, reasons why they'd turn around the cost cutting. The cost cutting hasn't come in. The other thing was obviously the Village MD totally basically gone in business. And the other thing is using those locations that they have to do more curbside pickup and efficient delivery. That's definitely not going to happen, because they also announced some store closures. They didn't officially say, as far as I can saw, what I saw in the earnings report, that they're not officially announced how many stores they're going to be doing. But it seems like they've got 25% of the stores unprofitable, and it looks like they're going to close mostly inefficient stores, which a lot of people are hinting to that it could be, a quarter of the stores they have. So, quarter of 8,600, let's call it, 2,150. If they do close that many stores, I mean, the financials at the moment were to show a decrease in the EPS and also negative revenue growth. But realistically, if they're closing that many stores, I mean, I don't know where it actually might turn out to be a good thing for the business. If you close all your unprofitable stores and keep your 75% that are profitable stores open, you know what? There might be an opportunity here, and it might be a good decision, and it might turn the business around. But once again, it's not what I invested for, and it gets to the point where you're hoping for it to turn around. Not that it comes like gambling. And if my investing thesis that I built on it was broken, I might as well not hope and go, hopefully this turns it around. I might as well just move it there and move away. And you know what? Maybe in 12, 24 months, when we settle down a little bit and we see if the store closures were good, maybe it comes an opportunity where you look back into Walgreens and have a new theory that they are turning the business around and the CEO has made the right decision. But for me right now, my thesis is broken around the profitability, the Village MD, the cost efficiencies. I just had to kind of cut and run here, and I did sell all my Walgreens after this earnings report, and I don't like taking losses. I don't like taking 50% losses, but I think it's the right decision before potentially it could get a little bit worse. I mean, it might work. The game plan they have might work out for them, but it's not what I originally invested for, and I'm kind of hoping it works out. I don't know if this Walgreens big store closure is going to work out. If it don't work out, I mean, you're going to be in an even bigger mess. So yeah, I just cut it. 50% loss, not good. Bad update. Definitely didn't expect this to be coming out. That was a big shock when I read the earnings report. The big store closures that they're currently going through, and the money that I do have, it's still a good chunk of money. There's opportunities in the market where I feel like I could easily make that money and put it into a new opportunity. And if I'm able to find a stock that is another 2xer, I easily make the money up from Walgreens, and we recover from the mistake. So would I rather use that half the money right now that I've got left from Walgreens to use that money to go buy something else to try and recoup that mistake? And that's my feeling around it, is that just take the L, 50% loss, put that money into something else now, and get another 100% return stock from another opportunity, and you make the mistake up in Walgreens. I'd rather do that right now than risk the unknown with Walgreens, and is these store closures going to work? So after the update with Walgreens, yeah, I was like, it's time to move away, because like I said, when I did this video a year ago, what I set out here hasn't happened. I've got it. What I put in that video hasn't happened. I got my theory wrong around the stock, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's going to be times where you get stocks wrong. You look at the greatest investors out there. If you get 6 out of 10, you're a good investor, right? So obviously, hope to get a little bit more than 6 out of 10 right. But it's one of those where you just got to accept the L and move on. And I'm going to do that with Walgreens and move that into another opportunity. So yeah, that's where I'm with Walgreens. For you guys who wanted an update, awful update. I was worried after the update, and I thought, just take the L and move it into another stock, and that's what I did. Obviously, you guys on Patreon know what stock I put the Walgreens money into to try and recoup the losses. So hopefully that works out, and we'll come back in a couple of years time and see if that was the right decision. Hopefully it is. You never know. Hindsight's a wonderful thing, but we'll see what happens there. So I hope you enjoy the transparency, guys, of me just letting you know that that's totally gone here, and unfortunately it's a position that hasn't worked out. So apologies for anyone that maybe looked at Walgreens after me highlighting it, and hopefully there'll be other opportunities that make up for that. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. See you in a bit.